the tortured slash tormented genius archetype is a hugely well known and often glorified one. It's the, Van Goghs, the Edgar Allan Poes, the Schopenhauers, the Orson Welles, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of great examples I could give right now. The Stephen Kings, those people who are, known to be great successes, known to be, huge creative minds who have committed huge advancements towards society and mankind, but also lived shit lives, went through bucket loads of trauma, and the majority end up either in mental health detriment or actually like committing suicide. Like a more modern equivalent, I guess, would be Chester Bennington or Kurt Cobain. What we tend to call the 27 Club as well. Those artists, those musicians, those mediums who put so much effort in their life into creating whatever their process is, and more often than not have it stem from the actual trauma they've lived through. Kurt Cobain's music was very typical of his mental state. So was the paintings of Van Gogh, being very sort of relevant to how he felt emotionally, how he was spiritually. These are a type of people that do exist. There are very, very many people like this who don't succeed. There are very many people with poor mental health who are creatives, because you know what they say, the greatest art stems from the greatest pain. It is a great fuel for creative medium. But the issue with this archetype, and I will admit I did a lot a few years back, play into this and sort of fund this as a positive thing, but now I still may, but not consciously at least. I try to not glorify and romanticize this because it's seriously unhealthy. It's seriously an issue. It's not a feature to be desired. It's not something so cool and amazing, and it's not like these creatives were having at all in the slightest good lives. They weren't pleasant. What we were idolizing is inherent trauma to the point of unbearability, where a person succeeds and the combination of their crushing already instilled mental decay on top of the traumas that fame brings, and we can safely say fame brings more bad than good. Those two combining really, really screws up people, and ultimately, brings a downfall or a death or whatever, be it a suicide, an accidental overdose, mental breakdown, a nervous breakdown. They have to get out of the limelight, they have to get out of life, full stop. Whatever it brings about is never a good thing, and this person is suffering majorly. This celebrity, this figure, they're suffering the most human pain there is, yet no one's treating them as a human. No one's treating them as in need of help. Everyone's glorifying the works they're creating from this pain, and everyone is expecting more of this work, and by expecting more of this work, it's almost indirectly asking this person to suffer more pain. And that's why this glorification is such a terrible thing, because there's no chance of betterment when you see someone as a tortured genius, a tormented idealist, and only want them to be that. You don't want their betterment, you want their medium, which by pushing them to create that, push them deeper and deeper and deeper in, and damages mental states. And it's a horrible concept to idealize, yet it is hugely romanticized, fetishized among all other ideologies and things people put on such a high pedestal. This is one that is seriously dangerous and damning, and lots of emotionally vulnerable, insecure, poor mental state teens and older, still up into 20s and 30s, desire to be this, which I can't clock why it is so. It is. Why would you willingly want trauma for the sake of good creation? Like, I'm sure it must be this alluring sort of trap that gets you in it when you are in a low state of being, but it blows my mind that we still romanticize this, because I was guilty, and now I see, Jesus fucking Christ, when I was naive, and doing that, But looking back now, it's a terrible, terrible thing, and rather than glorifying it, we should want to stop it and want to help people and want to recover and still have that medium, but have that medium come from hope rather than pain, because that's not 10 times better as an art, but 10 times better as a thing, as an emotional product of a human, basically.